Welcome back to Lola's Farm, you guys. We have a couple projects that we're working on today, which has kind of been the norm. We kind of been taking on 2 projects because a lot of times we're waiting for stuff to dry or we're waiting for cement to cure. So we just need to finish up this workbench here today, and that's what we're gonna kind of be focused on, is this whole area. And then outside, we're gonna have Iberto working on a retaining wall. This is gonna be a huge upgrade for us because one day out here, we're gonna have a nice big deck. We're at the point right now where anything that we do is such a big upgrade for us. So we just have to finish up this table so we can start storing some stuff in here. This sheet metal is just sitting on top, so we kind of got to get it in its final spot.
Just to let you guys know, this video is sponsored by Athletic Greens. They've been sponsoring our channel for a while now, but I'll tell you guys a little bit more about them later on. So I've been trying to avoid doing any painting in the workshop ever since we got our nice new floors, just because we're going to be living in this. We want to keep it as nice as possible for as long as possible. But we've quickly learned that painting outside in the windy season is a big no-no, because it's not the wind, but when the wind picks up and the dirt starts blowing around, this beautiful white paint just turns to absolute crap.
These stupid things take so dang long. What we learned next time is when you're building with wood, everything needs to be perfect down to the degree. This cabinet is off by 1 degree, and that means that every cut needs to be off by 1 degree. So we've been being so tedious with this, just trying to get everything perfect, and unfortunately just putting these faceplates on is so dang slow.
They don't really
We need to do some electrical. We're gonna do some recessed lights in here, and I'd like to do that before we keep going with the other faceplates. It's also really nice to have this table to work on right now. Having a flat surface. Yeah. This is the first flat surface that we've had. We've been trying to jerry-rig stuff on a hillside with 2 sawhorses.
I know, this has been a huge help.
And now we're gonna get another upgrade by getting some more lights in here. If there's one thing that this project has taught me, it's that Kaylee and I are much better at building with metal than with wood. Metal is very forgiving, even though it takes a lot more time. You can be off by 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and it's not that big of a deal because you're melting the 2 pieces together. And with wood, you have to be so precise if you want it to look good. So we just put light number 1 out of 2 in. So you think?
It's gonna look super good. I mean, you can't really tell without it on yet,
It looks super clean, huh?
but it looks perfect, yeah.
This is what the day has turned into. Berto's painting, Kaylee's painting. Where are you? Where'd you go?
Right here!
And I'm just doing a bunch of electrical. So I'm connecting a switch to these recessed lights that we can just flick on and off from the workbench. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So I've been trying really, really hard to eat as healthy as possible and just prepare my body
Cause we're having a baby!
for that time.
Not officially. Yet.
Not official, it's not official. This is not an announcement. But I'm trying to get it ready, you know, I'm getting it ready for when that day comes. So it's super, super important for Jordan and I to eat as healthy as possible. But to be completely honest, it's hard here in Boquete, Panama, to get the variety of fruits and vegetables that we would really love to get. So Athletic Greens is kind of that nutritional insurance. They have 75 ingredients with all kinds of vitamins and minerals such as chlorella, spirulina, all that good stuff to kind of make sure that we're getting all the good stuff.
Can you do me a favor, honey?
Yeah.
It's the moment of truth. I just need you to turn off the electricity.
Turn it all off.
Yeah. So
From the-
you hit the power, I'm gonna connect it, and then have you turn it back on. Thanks, honey.
Welcome.
All right, honey. You want to turn it on and we can test it out?
Yeah.
This is one of those moments where it could either be done right now or it could turn into a couple-hour project. Let's hope it's all done. Go for it.
Should I do the honors or should you?
It depends. Do you want to risk the small chance of getting electrocuted?
Yeah, maybe you should do it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I know you don't like blue lights.
No, but it's fine for workspace.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Sometimes it's a lot easier to see.
Yeah, no.
When it's like
I
blue.
understand.
Nice.
So we'll have, wow, it's really starting to look like a workshop now.
Especially with that light right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that is so sick. I'm so pumped about it.
are we gonna do the same on the other side too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do all metal shelving over there.
Right. Ooh, I love it.
Look at all the different feels with all the different lights.
And like going over here now, don't mind the mess, but doing work over here is like it feels like a workshop.
Sharpen our chainsaw,
But then-
file our axes.
Yeah, but then you come over here, just a couple small steps, and then you're in the kitchen, and you got this whole vibe going on.
It's two different worlds, honey, and they're like 3 feet apart.
Best of both worlds, baby.
It has been very rainy here over the last 6 months. They said this was dry season. Doesn't seem like dry season. For those of you guys that are interested in moving to Boquete, don't come unless you like rain. Trust me, if you don't like rain, you're not gonna really like it here. Kaylee and I were kind of indifferent. For me, I hate the snow. So for me, this is okay. We've all been focusing on our immunity around here, and this Athletic Greens vitamin D3 and K2 dropper, we've all been going on. It's actually just about empty. And vitamin D3 and K2 help with immunity, and we're not gonna stop taking it because in this whole project, none of us have gotten sick. Just finished closing up the electrical, the outlet's now mounted to the metal box, and put electrical tape over the wing nuts. I don't know if that's actually what you're supposed to do, but when you don't have a ton of experience doing what you're doing, it's usually just better to overdo everything. 12 and a half. Around lunchtime is when I usually have my Athletic Greens. This is kind of like my midday energy boost. I don't always need caffeine to keep myself going, but we're sitting down for a little bit of lunch. As you guys can see, our kitchen has turned into a workspace. Everything has turned into a workspace.
You mean our workspace is turned into a kitchen?
Well, a little bit of both. There's kind of sawdust all over everything, and I'll be honest, something we've been worried about since we decided we were going to move into the workshop is that we were going to be living in piles of sawdust, and everything was just kind of going to be messy.
I mean, the goal is to do all of like the woodwork outside eventually.
But we do get a ton of rain, so it's like we have to do some work in here. And on those days,
It'll just be some extra cleaning.
a little bit of extra sawdust in our taco bowls. Done, honey.
Woohoo!
Turn that electricity on, sweetie.
Give it a get.
Give it a go.
Gotta give it a get.
Grab the angle grinder. Let's see if it turns on.
What if it sparks?
Then you better kiss your sorry ass goodbye.
Ready?
Go ahead. We wanted to just install one outlet right here. This is actually a 20 amp outlet, and we want to put it right by the workbench so we can do all of our tool stuff right here.
But before all you guys go down in the comments and you're like, oh my god, you did it wrong, you installed it sideways. Do you want to explain? do you want to explain to the people why you installed it sideways?
It's just how these galvanized junction boxes work. Because there's a little attachment here, you can't have the outlet up and down, so we have to put this one this way. I'll be honest, we've been spending a lot of time today just looking at this. We haven't built anything that's like finished yet. Like it's always been like part of a wall or putting in a piece of a wall or putting in a beam. And to have something that we're actually going to be able to use two things now. Like our workbench is done and we have 4 drawers that we haven't put the handles on yet. But they, I mean, we can use them.
Yeah, they're functional. They're functional, right?
We're pretty pumped about like how the just whole vision's finally coming together, and we start to see it coming, you know, one piece at a time. And every night, just hanging out in here. First of all, not only is it freezing, but second of all, it just feels awesome. Just looking around.
It's such a rewarding feeling, and just motivates us to like get more and more and more done, you know, and get it feeling nice and cozy and just awesome in here.
Just look how brutal this wind has been today. Iberto built all this, and it's lasted through some strong winds, but it got up to 40 miles an hour today, the gusts. And it just couldn't, there's no match for this mountaintop wind. This rain and this wind is the one downside of living here. If you just go 15 minutes down the road, it's 80 and sunny and not as windy. But down there you also have scorpions and big snakes and really, really hot weather. So there's a give and a take to everywhere that you go. So I don't know, would you guys rather have scorpions or a little bit of wind? I think I'm gonna choose wind. And in the dry season here, we get 2 inches of rain in a day. That's what we've gotten so far today. The one thing that we talk a lot about is we'd rather have inputs from Mother Nature than not have any. Like being in the desert of Arizona, or just being in any desert with very little rain, very little wind.
No way, Jose.
Just sun.
No, I like the variety, you know?
The wind at night has been bothering me, and it's just been like putting Kaylee to bed. Like she slept through all night last night, and I was up every half hour.
Honestly, I did wake up at one point though last night, thinking that it was a freaking earthquake. The wind was
There
shaking.
was an earthquake last night.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was an earthquake.
And there was an earthquake yesterday.
Maybe it's ready to blow, baby.
Mother Nature's just testing us, or this volcano's about to just blow up. Just wrapping up our night in the bus, I'm actually just watching a little bit of Celtics. Still blows my mind that we have high-speed internet on the top of a mountain in Panama that we get signal by going all the way across to a volcano. So I think it's pretty cool. But this is where we're gonna leave you guys. If you want to try out the free immunity bundle from Athletic Greens, you get this D3 and K2 dropper. You can use our link right down in the description. So thank you, Athletic Greens, for sponsoring this video. But this is where we're gonna say goodnight. Time to go to sleep, get warm underneath these blankets, cuddle up, and of course, you guys know
We got Lola in the bed.
we need all the warmth that we can get. See you guys next time.